What's up, everybody? It's your neighborhood friendly greaser Slick McTrick here, and today I want to talk about a very powerful editing tool that I use for about 75% of my workflow, and that is Adobe Lightroom. If you're not using Adobe Lightroom or haven't at least attempted to use it for your photo editing, I highly recommend it. It is super powerful, and if you know how to use it and if you learn it completely, you can do a lot of amazing stuff with it. So for today's video, I'm going to kind of show you my general workflow when it comes to editing photos, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and switch to my computer, and I do apologize for the video quality with the camera on there. I'm using a 720p Logitech camera that I bought like a long time ago. It's what I got. One of these days, hopefully I'll be able to upgrade it. So let's go. Alright everybody, so the photos I want to be going through today are going to be from my little nephew's very first birthday party. I just took these the other day and I haven't had a chance to really edit them. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that right now. Very first thing that you want to do is you're going to want to import all the photos into Lightroom. If you don't know how to do that, there's tons of videos out there that you can actually watch. I'm not going to do that in this video because I feel like that's kind of a basic step and that's something that everybody should know how to do by now. Alright, so the very first thing that I do after I import them is I kind of go through them one by one and I kind of give them a rating system from 0, 4, 5. Now, why do I pick those numbers specifically? Couldn't really tell you. I guess it's just in my mind, I feel like 5s are going to be the photos that I absolutely want to work with. 4s are okay maybes, and then everything below those, I'm not going to even touch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort through them one by one. That's my little nephew right there, Lucas. I love the little guy. That one's obviously a keeper right there, so I'm going to give that one a 5. And my mother-in-law is the one who's holding him right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward all of this. That way you're not watching all of it because, I mean, this part's kind of boring. So I think I got all of them. What I do from here is I go to my filters, turn it on by rated, and I just do 5 stars. Now again, my rating is 4 and 5, so most of this stuff is going to already be 5s. But sometimes I want to narrow down the amount of pictures that I have, so I'll just go over it one more time. This time I'm looking for kind of like, I don't know, issues with the picture itself, if that makes sense. But this is a lot faster, really, just. And for the most part, we should be good. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start editing then. So what I like doing from here is I'll start with like 1 or 2 pictures, just so that way I can kind of create a look. And then once I get that look down, I will then copy those settings and put them onto all the other pictures in the, I guess, in the catalog. Let's see. Always do an S-curve. I start off with like a medium contrast S-curve. And if you don't know, the point curve, these ones right here, these ones are always going to be in your kind of settings. This is something that Adobe put in, which is nice. And then from there you can just go through and just kind of tweak it a little bit. Oh, too much. Get some nice contrast in there. Boost the shadows up a bit. I think the exposure is good, so we don't really have to touch that. Highlights, I love bringing the highlights down. I'll boost the whites up just to kind of balance. And we'll boost the whites up a little bit just to bring out like her hat, her shirt, and the whites in his bandana. Blacks, see, since we boosted up the shadows to balance them out, we're going to just kind of decrease the blacks just a little bit. About right there. I always use dehaze on my pictures. It kind of gives it a little bit more contrast. Some people love it, some people don't. I'm very much a fan of it. The thing about dehazing your picture though is that it brings everything down because it puts in that contrast. You gotta lighten some stuff up. Let's see. So I'm gonna reduce the contrast just a little bit more. Alright, we're gonna do before, after. Before, after. Not bad, not bad. Boost the shadows up just a little bit more. Well, let's boost the exposure actually. Just a little. Not even a full step. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, perfect. So, HSL. If you don't know much about the HSL section, highly recommend looking into it. It's a pretty powerful tool. So with HSL, we're going to want to stick with the saturation for right now. Actually, no, let's do luminance. You can make the reds brighter, but I think for this, we're going to want to make them slightly darker. Oranges, let's make them a little bit brighter, just so, as you can see, his face, it brings it out a little bit more, lining it up. Perfect. Always check before and after, so that way you kind of see the picture, you know, taking shape. Blues, let's make the blues a little bit more brighter. You can kind of see in the back, especially with her hat and the table back there, in case you missed it. About right there. And then just to check, always kind of like go and check the backgrounds of stuff, just kind of see what the bars will affect. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and just bring the greens down, make them darker, because we don't want to focus on the greens, we want to focus on this area right here. Purple, a little bit, doesn't really do a whole lot. Magenta, again, a little bit, doesn't do a whole lot. Alright, perfect. I think that works. Let's see. Far after. I kind of like that, you know. Do I want to do split toning? Sometimes I will if it looks good. Let's see here. Highlights. Let's do the whole teal kind of look. Alright. And then we'll do the shadows. Orange. Alright, there, looks good. I know what you're thinking, that looks terrible. Of course it looks terrible. We got to tune it down just a bit. Well, maybe more than just a bit. Okay. A little bit more. Tune down. About right there. Balance wise, do we want more highlights? Do we want more shadows? I think we do shadows just a little bit. Alright, let's see how it looks. before, after, before, after. Still think it might be a little too much saturation, so we're just going to do that a little bit, and then we're going to do the overall saturation down. Vibrance a little bit up though. Before, after, before, after. I think that looks pretty good. Of course, if you want to just kind of double check it, this is before split tuning, after split tuning. Bring it down a little bit more. Let's see, before, after. I think it looks good. Alright, so that's what I do. I go to develop settings. I copy everything. And then I'll go here. Just kind of view the whole grid. Click the next one in line. Go all the way down here. Hold shift and click so that way everything's highlighted. Right click. Go back to develop settings. Then we paste. And if you look, it'll start boom. See? It'll start pasting all the settings onto all of them. And then from there, you just go in and look. And just kind of check to see which one looks good, which one doesn't. Cute. My hero. A couple of them that are kind of, I don't want to say out of place, but kind of not how you want them to be. Then you just go into that individual picture and you just tweak it a bit. Bam! Then you can kind of do the before and after with the settings that you just created and applied to all of it. And that's it. That's literally all I do. From there, you highlight all of them, just kind of like how you did when you applied all the settings. Shift, left click, and then you go to export. Alright everybody, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're a beginner photographer, I hope you were able to take something away from this. And with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Love, peace, hair grease. Stay greasy, everybody.